Stitchy friends. My name is Tracy and I'm OG Stitchery here on YouTube and on Instagram. And welcome to Flosstube number 63. It is September the 5th, 2024. It's a Thursday and it's beautiful outside. I have my window open. So if you are hearing other noises than what's coming out of my mouth, that's the reason. Because it's a beautiful day and I want to enjoy the weather. So, hi, it's been a while. I was just looking at my notes and I changed my little letterhead thing, whatever it is. And I haven't changed it since December of 2023. So, it's been a few months. How are you? I'm doing okay. I'm still here and still alive and all that stuff. And anyway, I have had a couple of friends ask if I'm going to ever come back to Flosstube, and I always tell them I'm not sure. So the shorter answer is I don't know. Long answer is I don't know. With a lot of other things going on. Anyway, I am absolutely out of practice from doing this, and I don't think I'm going to edit. I just want to do this and get it out there. And so I'm going to try and limit myself on editing and doing all that. This is, I put this as a floss tube and I'm going to keep it that way, but it's not going to be my normal floss tube where I'm going to talk about whips or starts or anything like that. This is pretty much a haul video. Since recording back in December, I have been to a few retreats and a few trips. So I have a lot of haul. I don't know if you can tell, but yeah, there's a lot that I want to show. So this is an acquisition video, I guess you could say. Just recently, and I will probably start with the most recent trip, I went to Minnesota with 7 other ladies. And I'm sure if you watch a couple of those ladies on Flosstube, they have mentioned to me and they have mentioned this trip. Or what I like to call the Traveling Stitchers Retreat Minnesota Edition 2024. And that was in August, where we went to Minnesota and we visited 3 needle workshops. But we did squeeze in the Shanty Stitcher, which we weren't originally going to do because it was a 3.5-hour drive from where we were into South Dakota. But Justine from Welcome Stitchery twisted our arm, dragged us screaming and crying, wink, wink, and so we decided to go there. So, I'm not used to talking this much, believe it or not. So I'm going to be drinking and also everything is in bags still. And also in plastic bags as far as the charts. So if there's glare, there's going to be glare. I'm not going to take everything out. Also, I'm going to remember people and I'm going to forget people. I met several ladies, lots of people, and so if I met you and I don't say that I met you, please know that that is not a slight. I just forget. I didn't write anything down. Unfortunately, I didn't take a lot of pictures either. I was in the moment. And I don't know why I'm leaning over like this. probably because the camera is always facing that way. It's weird. Anyway, so with all that being said, here's our itinerary for the last trip that I went on. We arrived on Wednesday, I believe. We flew into, 5 of us flew into Minneapolis St. Paul Airport. We rented a car, and then we drove down an hour and a half, I believe, to Albert Lea, where we had rented an Airbnb. Gorgeous place. It's called Happy Days Lodge, I think. Look it up on Airbnb. It's fabulous. Huge place, 3 stories, basically main floor, basement, walkout basement, and then a little loft. 8 bedrooms, maybe 7 bedrooms or something like that. 8 to 10 beds. It was just fantastic. So the ladies that I went with were Jenny and Nancy of the Bougie Stitchers. They live in Wyoming, and they drove from Wyoming to Minnesota. And then we had our friend Beth, aka Babs, from South Carolina. We met her 2 years ago at StitchCon, and fell in love with her, invited her to our table. Actually, she was in line, I think, behind Missy and Kathy at the time. And Missy and Kathy said, well, we've got one room for one more, so join us. And she's been a part of the group since. And we absolutely love her. She loves us. And there you go. She drove from South Carolina up to Minnesota. And then we had Deb, who some of you know as Rhode Island Deb. Great friend. And then Jane from the BosStitchers. Unfortunately, Chris was unable to attend. However, she will be attending next year. Right, Chris? So then there was Missy and Kathy from Two Needles Pulling Thread. And I think that rounds out the group. Again, like I said, there was eight of us ladies. And we just had a fabulous week. Thursday was going to be Stitchville a day, the day that we visited Stitchville, but because it was closed, we opted to go a little bit north of Minneapolis to a shop called Buttermilk Basin. And this shop is kind of basically a wool applique fabric shop. And I have never done any wool applique, but I was really interested in going to the shop just to take a look around and see what was going on. I knew I was going to come home with a couple of kits. I didn't know how many until I got home. So here is the first bag from Buttermilk Basin. Yeah, so there's a lot in here. Again, this is 8 of us, right, going to a shop. So there's going to be a lot of enabling. Whenever you go to a shop by yourself, you're basically looking for one thing, and maybe you see a couple of other things, and there's an impulse buy, and you're fine with that, right? But when you go to a shop with other like-minded people, and they see something that they think you will like, and you look, they show you, and you look at it and say, oh, wow, that's great. Yes. Put it in, add to cart. Well, that's what happened. So I was there walking around, and I instantly went to the Halloween area because I am all about Halloween. And so I went to start to drool, and it was fabulous. So I did have a lot of help with a lot of this. So thank you, Nancy and Jane and Missy, you know, and Kathy and Jenny and Beth and Deb. So anyway, the again, I've never done wool applique, but I'm really excited about doing it. So here are some of the things, all of the things that I picked up there. This is Casper and Jack ornament, and these are all kits. Oh, it's so cute. Fully kitted. You have everything in here except for the like transfer paper or something like that. So cute. And then this one is a Splendid Picks Through the Years. In one of the side rooms, there was a display. These are little ornaments. I guess you could call them ornaments, but they were on like dowel rods. And I just thought they were so cute. So I'm going to try those. We'll see how I do, you know. And then this is, oh, I can't see it. Sweet and Simple Through the Years. This is more of a long banner type thing. Ornaments. Vintage cat ornament. Had to get it. Had to get it. This is half pints. This is woolen pin cushion, but it's pretty big. So isn't that cute? And of course, again, these are all kits, so everything is included except for the transfer paper kind of thing that you need. Here's another Splendid Picks Through the Years, and these are the ones that were up on the dowel rods. Oh, yep. So cute. Looking for all the kits. I think that's it. Now this was, it's kind of like a scrap bag. I think it was $5. No, $7. So it's just multiple colors of wool. So this would help me. This was a thank you, Nancy, for finding that. There's so much stuff in here, you know. So here are some patterns I picked up. This one is Simply Words Block of the Month. It's a BOM. This is Boo. So you can either make the little pillow here. This is all out of wool. Or you can make a little banner kind of thing out of fabric. So, and then I got the USA. So one is for July, one is for October. All right. I did pick up a little bit of fabric to do some bags. I just thought this was cute. Yep. So going to be doing some fab bags. So I got that. And then coordinating fabric. Those two. Yeah. Again, I am completely out of practice. So here is another Nancy help. I inadvertently joined a quilt along when, was it July? I think it was July. Lindy Stitches put on a midsummer stitch event. It was a virtual retreat. Anyway, I went into a room and Stephanie, the New England stitcher, was in there along with Nancy, the disorderly stitcher, and several other ladies, and Nancy, the Bougie stitcher, as well. They were all talking about joining a quilt along. They were going to be starting in August 1st, and they were going to be doing the Hamilton Gardens quilt. And I came in, and Stephanie saw that I came in, and she said, "Oh, Tracy will join too." I was like, "Sure, what am I joining?" And so that's what this is. I clearly have not started. It is September, but I will get to it at some point. Anyway, I'm going to be doing a Halloween version. And then this is my backing fabric. Backing fabric and background fabric or something like that. So there's that. All right. And then look at this. I saw this and just, I could not walk away from it. How cool is this for bags? Oh. Haunted corn maze. Oh, it's going to be so fun. Look at this. Nope, the other way. It's going to be fun. It'll be cute. And I'm probably not going to want to give these bags away. Because it's so great. Love the fabric. But anyway. And I'm not going to get this back in there, so has to be ironed. Anyway. Alright, so that was Buttermilk Basin. That was the first stop on Thursday. Then we drove back down to Albert Lea, and on the way there, someone was doing some research and Googling and found out that there were a couple of quilt shops. They were either on the way back to the place or just off, maybe like 5-10 minutes off. And there was a place called the Calico Hutch fabric shop, I think. And so we had to stop. I mean, it's a requirement. It's a thing. So we stopped and picked up a few things. So in this place, Calico Hutch has got it going on. Let me tell you. Again, like I said, I did not take any pictures, but the way that they have their place organized or designed or laid out is absolutely fantastic. because they have samples, the models. And as you know, in cross stitch world, in needlework shops, the model sells. The model sells a lot. And that's what happened with this quilt shop. So you walk in and, there's normal fabric everywhere in display cases or shelves, whatever. But on the walls are the models. And it's just gorgeousness. It's just absolutely beautiful. And what they've done is they've actually kitted up the entire quilt for you. And they put a picture. They have the quilt on the wall, and then they have a picture of the pattern, and then right underneath it, they have a stack for the quilt that you want to do. And so that's what happened. It's not my fault, it's Deb's fault. Yeah. So this is the first one that I saw, truffles. It looks really, really simple. You're basically cutting 3 things. I don't know. I don't know how to. I'm not a quilter. I'm barely a sewer. I make bags, right? So that's the extent of my sewing skills. I am in the process of making my first quilt. If you follow me on Instagram, you have seen the picture. Unfortunately, it's sitting right there because I'm terrified of the next step, which is adding the border. But there is some math involved, and I need to go over to my friend Pam's house and use her design wall to measure and add and subtract and divide and all that stuff. So I haven't done it yet. Anyway, I'm going to, and once I'm done with that, then I'm going to start Hamilton Gardens, and then I'm going to start this because I love this. And I picked up the fabric. It is all nautical, and I think it's just going to be beautiful, and so I love it. And then I picked up this one. It's called Iced Tea. Again, it uses 5-inch strips out of fat quarters, and I think I can do that. And then look at this one. This is called Yesterday. Can you imagine this in Halloween fabric? I just love it. There was also this one. This one is called Florence. Again, just strips of fabric. I mean, strips of fabric. That's what a quilt is, Tracy. But this is easy, hopefully, I think. And then they had these things. So this is like a generic kind of thing where it's not any specific kind of fabric. Anything will work in this, and it's laminated, and it gives you all the instructions, and I think I can do it. We'll see. This one's called Frame Up. So yeah. So I picked that up, and then this, I picked this up because I'm beginning to get some rulers, and I thought this was neat. It's called an OmniRack Mini, and it is pretty much, it holds your rulers. So for OmniGrid. And who doesn't like gadgets? I love gadgets, so I had to get it. And then this one, the model sold it. This is called Happy Haunts, Happy Haunting. It says pattern not required. It pretty much is quilt and bind. The binding's not included. But I just love the fabric, and it's Halloween. Again, this one is Knights of Old Salem. It's a kit. The pattern is included in the kit. I confirmed this. It's right there. And again, the model sold it because it's wonderful fabric, and it's Halloween, and I'm excited. So there we go with that. So now I'm a quilter. Right, Beth? All right, so that was the second stop on Thursday. There might have been another stop. There might not have been. I can't remember. So that was Thursday. Then, Thursday night, we played Left, Right, Center. And if you ever have a chance to play that, it's a lot of fun. And we played, I believe, 2 rounds that night with Floss. And I won. Well, just to let you know, I did some editing. I just spent probably about 45 minutes to an hour editing this video, and I didn't realize exactly how long it was going to be, and it's way too long, and I only got through the first day. Apparently, I can talk. Who knew? So I'm going to cut it off right here. I'm going to do a part 1 and part 2 because I didn't even get through everything I wanted to show you. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Much appreciated, and please stay tuned for part 2, which I will probably put up in the next day or two because I'm done editing, and I want to go stitch. So again, thank you so much for continuing to subscribe to me, even though I haven't been around for 8 months, 9 months almost. And look forward to part 2 of this, and I will see you when I can. Okay? Thanks.